So, ArtFight, the annual art gifting game where you make art for other people to gain points for your assigned team. Basically, free commissions. So, I decided to join this year because last year I found out what it was in August. Okay, but I want to talk about my experience with the whole thing. Not all of those, what is wrong with ArtFight or why ArtFight 2025 is worse than other years' videos. No. My genuine experience with it. So you can also kind of say it's a get to know me video because it's my first one. Yes, hi, hello. I'm Dionea and you stumbled upon my first video on YouTube. Yes, I know, real achievement there. Plus, I needed something to show my speed paints, so let's just get into me yapping about art fights. So, first thing I want to tackle is the website. I just want to talk about what I like and dislike about it. First thing is that the website is actually very organized and well done. Like, it's a dang website for art. It could have been way worse. And yes, I'm aware that ArtFight improves each year. But it was genuinely easy to learn how to use the different buttons and thingies that the website has. Also, different topic, but many people say that the website shuts down when the fight starts. But that's just cap. I could make an attack 3 hours after the start of the event. Like, the website was fully functioning. I was expecting a full on shutdown where you couldn't access the page for like a day, but nope. Again, this is my first year joining, so I can't really reference other years, but still. And that makes me think of the attack button. Yes, that shiny yellow button with attack on it. When I made my first attack, I was expecting this difficult page with boxes I needed to check off. Like this difficult process of putting your image in, like your bio, but that's for later. But no, it wasn't. It was very well done. You enter your name, type in the little description box, and heck, you even have a box for a private message to the owner of the character. They also have an easy way of putting your image in, which uses your files. Yes, I know, shocking. And you can even put an overlay on it. Dang, ArtFight, I see you. And instead of checking off boxes in an unorganized way, you just choose from options, which sounds the same now that I talk about it, but it's not. It's not. I also didn't expect that the characters would be this easy to put in. For example, you make a piece with three different characters in it. You click on the attack button and you give it a title, description, and upload your images. You set it to the right settings and you go to characters. And then you see a shiny button with a plus on it. You click on it and what is that? A sheet for a different character? And what? You can copy the character's number in one click? I mean, they could have just not added that and let us control C and V it. But no, they actually care for us. So yeah, what I'm trying to say that the website is very well made and is easy to manage. I didn't even talk about how you make characters, but that's kind of the same, so I won't. But I do have some problems. First thing, the point counter. Look, I get it. I get why they do it like this, but percents? Okay, it's not overwhelming in this way, but I swear, the number never left the 40s and 50s. Never! No! What's wrong? My team is 0.1% behind the other. You get what I mean. Like seeing these two teams and it's like the one is 49.9% and the other is 50.1%. I'm gonna be like, I can't even describe it. I get it why it's like this. It can become very bad when you have this many people participating. The number would get so big and it can overwhelm people. But I personally like the numbers more than the percents. Okay, done with the points. Let's talk about the bio. Like, the bio option is just great. And I love that I can add an image. Yet it's not like that. It's via a link. I swear it's my worst enemy. I spend an hour figuring out to add my drum bio with a link because it never worked. I had to make a link with Discord because I don't know how else to do it and needed a ChatGPT. And then when I finally got the link, I get this. What is this? Okay, so I know what this is. My image is just too long for the website, so it squishes it, and I know that I could have split it up into parts, but I was just too lazy, so I just added the link in text so you can click on it and see. But holy, that was such a journey for me. So to sum it up, great website. So, many people tell you in videos that you shouldn't expect a lot of attacks if you're not big or if you're a beginner artist. So, I started ArtFight the first day not really expecting anything. Wait, I got one already? 2? I don't know what happened, but when I loaded up the page, my inbox had 2 notifications, and both of them were attacks. I don't know how this happened or why, but I just know it did. And I am not a big artist. Like, bro, this is my first freaking video. But somehow I got attacked on the first day. And yes, I'm not really a beginner artist. I make art since I was 6. But still, this literally proves that you can get attacked when you're not that big, okay? That's just crazy. Maybe it's also because my characters are like interesting in that kind of way because I give them a lot of lore. So if you have like characters that have lore or a story, people maybe will draw them more. I don't know. It might be. I don't know. I do agree on the fact that you attack other people and not expect something back. Yes, it's very nice if you get a revenge, but that's not the main reason why you attack people. That's just no. You attack because you think the character is beautiful and you want to draw them. That's why. Just wanted to add that because I don't know why. For me, ArtFight is a big learning experience. If I want to become big and do commissions in my life, I need to know the boundaries and the context of such a character. And ArtFight has a really good system for that, and I learned a lot because of that. People make these permissions, and that's how I can know what I can't and can do, which would help you with assignments later on in your life. Instead of your own vision, sometimes a person doesn't want you trying something even if you really want to. And you have to respect that. Plus, I perfected my style by drawing other characters somehow. I also experimented a lot with shading and learned more about that. Making different poses and expressing more into the landscape. I mean, I went from this to that. I think that's a real improvement there. So yeah, ArtFight is for me great for learning. Especially if you're a beginner artist, I think you want to participate with ArtFight because people can give you tips, or you just can learn a lot more because you really want to draw people's characters in a good way. When I make an attack, I almost every time get a comment that is similar to this. Oh, thank you, they look so amazing. Dude, this looks awesome. Thank you so much. OMG, thank you so much. They look so good in your art style. I love it so much. Thank you. Thank you. May I post this on your house? I love it so much. Thank you. Please give me your art. Thank you so much. Let's just say that warms my heart. It motivates me to make art because I know people like it. I love when you draw my characters. I'll literally tweak out because of it. And that's why I think ArtFight is great for motivation. Just reading people love my art is amazing. And I know there are like people that will hate on it and anything, but I didn't get those people this year, so I'm happy with that. And just receiving comments and reading them most of the time gives me a smile. And don't get me started on the relations you get out of this. Sometimes you just make like these tiny little friends that ask for an attack chain or are just like chatting with you. And that's just kind of wholesome in a way. And I get that there are problems, but just ignore them. I get that you don't like it when people disrespect your permissions, but we just report them and move on. Just have fun with it. Just ignore those people, because those people or do it by mistake and you'll say it to them and they apologize, or they just want you to get mad, you know? So just don't care about them. I hope you liked the video on my perspective about ArtFight. I hope you liked my takes. Maybe they were hot takes, but who knows? I loved ArtFight. I will definitely participate next year, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, if you somehow want to see more of my art, please go check out my little ArtFight page. It's called Dionea. You can just search it up and then you can see all my attacks and the attacks I received. Thank you so much for listening, and Dionea, back to nature.